Welcome one, welcome all. It is Borg night at the Adventure Archive. We are continuing our run through Putrescence Regnant, the latest bog crawl from the Borg guys. And as usual, we have Jess with us playing Katla, the what are you? The wretched royalty, right?
Yes.
And then we have Drackle, not Drakel, played by Ryan, who is a Fang deserter, and Urm, played by Ducky, who is a sacrilegious songbird, basically the Mörk Borg version of a bard. But he has this this drum that does very bad things. So maybe we'll see more of that tonight. Unfortunately, Skull could not make it, so I am playing Hostan tonight, but I'm looking for some audience participation. So there may be some situations where Hostan needs to be, he might have a dilemma or something, and so maybe you guys could help me out and figure out the course of his actions. So let us, before we do the recap, we should thank a few people. So first, McGlintlock over at glumdark.com. He has created this Foundry module for us to make our lives much easier. Yeah, go support him on Glumdark. It's a cool Glumdark. A bunch of roll tables, really awesome stuff. They're really expanding a lot of it through like adventure hooks, NPC generators, all kinds of cool stuff. And then of course we got Heimat der Katastrophe, who are our friends who allow us to continually use all of their discography for any of our games. So huge thanks to them. Go check out their Dungeon Synth stuff. I just become a subscriber, even though I said I wasn't going to do it. So get dibs on tapes and all their pre-release stuff, so it's a good deal. Who else? I guess that's it. Nobody else to thank. Do you want to do any announcements before we start? I think we just got Weekly Scroll coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, this Weekly Scroll, we're going to be going over Nova, the Illuminated by Lumen system from Spencer Campbell. Should be a good time. Very excited to do that. No interview or anything this week, so we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the game and hit our last week of Zine Month projects. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. All right, well, let us begin with a recap of what happened last time on Mörk Borg. So these four, actually five if you count Pulsrune. He's kind of half a man, but he's their fifth companion, the Fool. They found a tower in the swamp, rising above the fog, but it looked kind of like fog itself. They decided to investigate, and they found a stairwell leading underground, but as they descended, it seemed as though they were rising, not going underground, but above ground, because once they got to, I believe it was the third level, they saw the resplendent view of the bog in all its glory from high up. And they finally saw an algae rot, or a group of algae rots, lurking around some kind of bath, but they did not approach, and they were not disturbed. Then they found a level of a very quiet room, literally, where no sound traveled. No footsteps, nothing whatsoever, no voices. And it was illuminated by a massive array of candles set in alcoves around the chamber. And then next, they headed to a feast, where one of them feasted. There was a room full of rotten and fresh food. Hostan gorged himself on it, and so far so good. He doesn't seem to be poisoned yet. We'll see how that goes. But they did find a bunch of hogs that were just grubbing along with him. One of those hogs had like a tattoo, an etching, some kind of something scrawled on its hide. And they discovered that was a recipe for something that, once consumed, you cannot tell a lie ever again. So that might come in handy if they ever catch any prisoners. And then finally, they went up or down, depending on how you look at it, found this kind of circular winding chamber, and discovered that there were more algae rots here. However, these were much more defensive. They were in one of them was coming out of a room full of dead bodies, proceeded to attack, but then once he was defeated, he rose again. But in the midst of that melee, poor Katla, her brain was destroyed. Her head caved
Somehow.
in by Drackle and his sling. What's a sling you got again? Some kind of like hair
I
sling?
don't have a sling. I don't remember a sling.
I don't remember that.
Thing that I have. Yeah. No.
Oh, but before all that happened, Poltroon got destroyed by an algae rot. But as we begin tonight's session, the algae rots that they have slain lie in a heap of pulp. They're catching their breaths in the dim torchlight. And who rounds the corner but the very woman who was slain by the sling, followed by her fool Poltroon. So that is where we're going to begin. You guys do remember that this door here was locked. So you guys heard a click, but Hostan found a ring of keys. So that is where we're going to begin. I can't remember if he was unlocking the door or not, but since he's not here, what would you guys like to do? And I'll unpause the game. That'll be good.
Do they see me?
Yeah, so you guys see Katla and Poltroon around the corner at the end of this hallway, or at the head of this hallway. They are wet, they are muddy, but they are very alive.
Are their bodies still on the floor?
Yeah.
No, their bodies are gone.
Well,
I guess
that's
they had to be.
interesting.
Oh, Your Majesty. Where have you been? What happened to you? Now, I hit her in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And she died instantly.
Question.
She did.
And
Yeah.
she died instantly.
Yeah, she didn't see. Yeah.
So, yeah, we got.
Yeah, your
weird,
memory,
just-
Katla, you basically just everything went dark.
Yeah, I felt like a heat on the back of my head and woke up in the bog. Found my way back to you guys. I'm so glad. I missed you guys.
Yes. Glad to have you back as well, Your Majesty. Don't go missing again.
So what'd you guys like to
where
do?
were we?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I think we were opening a door.
Yeah,
Carry
so
on.
Hostan is standing there with his key ring. Right there.
You going for this door?
Well, should we open it, huh? I got the keys right here. I don't remember his voice. It was something.
It was something down here like this. It was,
Oh, it was lower.
yeah.
Okay, lower.
Only
Should
we
we,
can torture the boy.
Oh yes, and it's a miracle. Poltroon was with me when I
Oh,
awoke.
yeah.
He's alive. I don't know how it happened. And I'll push Poltroon in front of me.
Okay, he kind of stumbles forward. You know, he's easy to push around, and oh, he kind of sounds like he always has. And then he kind of like, you know, recoils and sneaks back to your side like a wounded pup.
Good to have you back, Poltroon. You want to open this door?
Yes, Poltroon.
Thank you, Master Drackle.
Right.
Okay, so Hostan is standing in front of the door. Should I open the door? Or should we have a listen?
think last time I listened, there was like scratching or like shifting or something behind
Oh,
it.
okay. You did listen already? Yeah, if you did listen, I can remember. If you did listen, you heard, yeah, some kind of shuffling sound. Exactly.
Granted, that was
All this
before
time.
the algae monsters, so that could have been them.
Oh, well, yeah. Because one of these doors did open, and the second algae rot here popped out. This dead guy. So you're standing in front of this heavy iron door. Should I open it, or are we going to listen, huh?
I say we open it, and I'm gonna ready my shield just in case.
All right, so
Do I have my weapons on me? Is everything?
yeah,
the
you
same?
have everything, yeah. Or maybe
Okay.
they're, yeah, I'll just say you have them on you. It'll be easier that way. All right, so you guys are where you are. Drackle is a little bit farther down the hall than and then Hostan right in front. He's probably going to be your new go check it out guy, right? Frontliner. So he takes out his key ring and he finds, I think there's only 3 keys, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 3 keys. He unlocks it and it clicks. All right. You got my back, right? And he kind of looks around at all of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He takes that. He opens the door. And those of you who are nearby, which I guess is nobody, you guys hear more of the familiar hisses as Hostan steps into the room across the threshold. And you hear him grunting. You hear what sounds like his flail being brandished. We got more of them in here.
Well, uh-oh.
Well, uh-oh.
Oh,
So-
Dawn, good luck.
So, as you make your way closer to the doorway and you're looking sort of over Hostan's shoulder, you see a small circular room that's probably, well, not super small. It's probably about 5'10", about 20 feet in diameter. And you see a bunch of these desks pushed up against the wall. There's actually some kind of symbol in the center with blood splattered all over it. And then dead bodies as well. And from what you can see, it looks like there's powders and just different tools, papers, books, things like that among the corpses and among the body parts. That looks as if they are doing some kind of experiments here.
Ah, ingredients.
But stranger still, these algae rots, you see 2 of them kind of in front, like in the center of the room. They don't seem to be approaching Hostan. They're hissing, they're very defensive, but again, they're not moving forward.
Take out my crossbow.
Well, you don't see any of this.
I know, but I'm gonna take it
Okay.
out anyway.
I
when
guess
the
you
door
hear-
opens and I hear a flail.
You hear stuff.
Is
Yes.
Hostan like kind of standing defensively, or is it seem like he's gonna go in for the attack?
he looks like he's ready to fight, but he's also kind of, you know, he's also not approaching. It's sort of like they're at a standoff in a way. It's almost like he's kind of waiting for them. He's like in his idle animation, waiting for them to approach, but he does not seem to attack yet. And he looks over his shoulder at you, Aram. They're not attacking, but they look very angry.
Well,
What say you?
we did kill some of their friends out here. I say maybe we step back and regroup. It's better to fight as many.
But the hole is so tiny. And then he shrugs and he just kind of backs up. Closes the door. So you guys are back in this hallway with the dead algae rots.
Do we want to kill him?
I think Hoston has a bomb. We could throw a bomb in there.
I do have a bomb, my
Shut the
lady.
door.
It goes boom, at least I hope so. Yours didn't. Maybe they're from different manufacturers.
They're like healing potions. Never know what you're gonna get.
Ah, yes. There's good ones, there's bad ones. So, as you mention this, Katla, he brings out his bomb. It's a very crude thing, much more crude than yours. And it's got a little, it's got a fuse on top.
What do you say?
Who are you
Anyone?
talking to, Hostan or everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Any
Cool.
better ideas?
So as you
Well,
guys
true,
are
good
deliberating or not talking to each other, Poltroon kind of jumps up. Oh! Something's moving, milady. And indeed, this algae rot at your feet begins to stir.
Isn't that the
It's
one
not up yet.
headless?
Yep,
That's a. God.
it comes back.
Can I stomp it?
Yeah, you can try to stomp it, sure.
Okay.
Give me an attack roll.
Okay.
And I'll ignore armor because it's sort of, you know, screwed. It's on the ground.
What kind of attack roll is it?
What was
Do
that?
it just like strength?
Yeah, whatever your attack roll is. You just hit attack.
Well, like stomp its head.
Okay, so you do hit it. You don't need to test strength. If you just hit attack, it would have generated all that for you with the damage in your character sheet. You don't see it?
Their violence.
Yeah, I'm under violence and I see attack, but it's only for my crossbow.
Oh, I see. So you can't. That's okay. Yeah, I guess you'd have to add like another weapon, and it would be like, you know,
Foot
D2
weapon.
or whatever. Be your,
Yeah, I don't have
What?
foot weapon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Toe damage.
Toe damage.
She
Different
like
game.
separates them and like digs them all in and like wiggles them around. You know?
All right, so you stomp this thing. You do, yeah, you do hit with a 10. So roll me a D2.
Okay.
We do got to get a toe emote.
No, it's slash R.
Or you can just roll a D4 and then divide by 2.
I always want to
Okay.
do R slash because of Reddit, and it's not that. Okay.
All right, so you smash down on this thing, and you do draw more blood, and it's still stirring. It's starting to get to its feet finally. And I'm going to put you guys in initiative order for now. And I guess Poltroon doesn't count. Oh, and you guys, yeah, make sure you remind me of Poltroon's bonus, too.
What was his bonus again? We get +2 on dodge?
Yeah, I think it was...
On attacks and dodge, I think.
Oh.
Enemies
Oh.
begin. All right, everybody roll me initiative, please. In the combat section, and I will begin. All right, the algae rot. Actually, what it does is its claws seem just malformed. Like, as this thing rose from its demise, it didn't quite fully form, and so it bites out at you with its
So my-
massive teeth.
Stomp didn't like do anything cool.
It took damage. You didn't kill him or anything.
Okay.
So this guy's got tormenting teeth. Oh shit. Okay, this is cool. Roll me a defense check as it lashes out with its massive jaws.
What button is that?
It's-
Just kidding.
Oh, God.
What's the...
How many sessions does it take for you to learn how to use the character sheet?
Oh my god. Okay.
Damage is D6.
Ugh. Gross.
Okay, it makes impact. It bites down on. Why don't you roll me a D6, Kala?
Okay. Wait, can I use an omen?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, yeah, you can re-roll.
Can I? Yeah, I guess the only thing I can do is
Yeah, if you
reroll, huh?
can't, reducing it by a difficulty is not gonna, or 4 difficulty is not gonna.
Okay, never mind. D6.
Oh, you're not gonna take it? Okay. All right.
Alright.
So it just bites down. You take the 2 damage. It's fully to its feet. Drackle, you are up next. What would you like to do? Is this algae rot bites down, and Poltrine,
And
by
it's
the
just-
way, he jumps back.
I say yeah, it's just this little thing in here. All right, well then I guess I'm just gonna
And you guys get +2s, actually. That's right. I forgot. For the first 2 rounds, you and your allies get +2 on attack and defense.
Oh, so an omen could have lowered the DC.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Remind me of your abilities.
All right,
So what do you
so
wanna
I'm
do,
gonna do
Jackal?
violence. I'm gonna flail him,
Okay.
and then that means I can just write like a 10 for his DR, right? Because I'm reducing a 12 to a 10, or is it
Yeah,
even less because no armor?
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's
Is
an
he-
easy way to do
Does
it.
he have armor? Is he up?
Yeah, he's got armor. It's a D4.
Okay. All right, so 10 D4 flailing.
Oh, shit. You impact, and you... Oh, shit, his armor took all of your damage. So he backs up right at the last second, and your flail just sticks into his armor beneath his robes. Do you want to move or do
I'm gonna-
anything else? Do you want to do your bite attack?
Well, I'm gonna bite him, which means
Okay.
it's just a 13.
Okay, go for it. Lash out, Fang Deserter. Oh, shit. Okay, do you want to use an omen or anything? Because you have a
I don't
fumble.
have any.
Yeah, you do. You got
Because,
one.
and if I don't,
You got
well,
one omen.
what do I get? Oh, I have
So your
zero march on
weapon
mine.
breaks or is lost. Oh shit. So yeah, your teeth are
My
gonna
bite
shatter.
attack?
Yeah, your teeth are gonna fall out of your head basically.
Well, if I have an
I'll-
omen, then yeah, I'll do.
Do you... If he doesn't have an omen, I'll use an omen.
Yeah, you got one omen. It says 1 of 2.
Sure, I'll say I got one omen. All right, so then I just re-roll the bite attack.
Yeah.
All right.
What did you get? Okay, so you
2.
bit down, biting through the armor. Inflicts 1 damage.
2 hits, plus 2 on each, total 1 damage.
I know.
No, these guys suck.
But what I'm gonna have to do now is this guy. I'm gonna roll morale on this guy and see what he does. Man, I swear on these morales. Oh, it's because they have 0 more. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so you're up next.
Is that one behind me stirring at all?
You don't see anything. You glance over your shoulder quickly, and it looks like it's still dead.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess I'm gonna use my club.
Okay. So give me an attack roll. It's got D4 armor.
And the DR is 10 for this round.
Correct. For the next 2 rounds. So this round and the next round. Oh shit! Look at that. All right, again, you hit, but he absorbs all of your damage. Do you
I
want
gotta
to
sharpen
move
my
or
club.
anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back.
Okay. Just back. Okay, back there. All right, Katla, you are up. You are in melee distance, so if you'd like to shoot your crossbow, you're gonna need to back up.
What, and he'll get attack?
No, this
An
isn't
attack?
D&D. There's no.
I don't know.
There's no
Okay.
attack of opportunity.
All right, I'm gonna definitely step back. Like
Okay.
a lot back. And push Pultrin back.
Kind of peek around the corner. Okay, Pultrin goes back with you.
Yeah. And then I'm going to attempt to attack it with my crossbow.
All right, roll me some damage. It's a D4 armor as you release the bolt of your crossbow into this thing. And its mouth is wide open, baring its teeth. But alas,
I think I want to reroll.
you don't have any omens.
I don't?
No, you got 0. Which reminds
What?
me, I gotta change Ryan's to 0.
I still have an omen if you want to use it.
Well, no, it's okay. But when I was reborn, didn't I go back to like original?
Oh yeah, you gotta roll me. Do me a favor, roll your omens, roll a D2, and that's how many omens you'll have.
What about Hostan's omens?
He's got one.
Jesus
How do I-
fuckers.
How do I do that?
There should be there's like a roll for omens
There we
thing
go,
in
there
there.
we go.
Okay, so you got 1. All right, so you're at 0. You want to use it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go
I'll
for
probably
it.
regret that, but that's okay.
All right, updated. You're at 0. Ryan's at 0. We're good. Okay, what did you get?
6
Oh
damage.
shit. Okay, so this thing's bearing its mouth wide. It's like wide open. It's fucking pink and red throat. The bolt goes into its mouth, and what happens, Katla, as you destroy this thing?
It like Beetlejuice mouth opens all the way backwards and it falls on the ground.
So your
And-
bolt had such momentum, such power that it like
Yeah, I don't
hit the
know.
upper jaw and peeled it back.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think like this works with physics, but that's what I want to happen.
So this thing crumples to the ground, its head split in 2.
And Katla like feels empowered because she thinks this is what killed her,
I like it.
or
Yeah,
she doesn't
okay.
know she died or something. I don't know.
Okay, so you guys are standing at the dead body of this algae rod. Outside the door, what do you guys want to do?
And then is this? I'm first. Okay, well, first thing I want to do is run over to this fucker. And is it moving at all?
No, it is not.
And then there was another one in here, right?
So, as you open the door, you see movement in the darkness. And yes, you see some things writhing in the dead bodies. And you did not remember any movement last time. And you begin to see the muzzle of or the snout of an alligator rising. Close the door. You slam the door shut.
All right. Well, listen, we got to move because they won't stop getting up. So, was there another door in that room hosting, or what was going on?
Yeah, I think I saw 2 doors in there. I can't rightly
Right,
remember.
well- Go check. And I just open the door and push him in the room.
All right, he stumbles forward, looks around,
What do
and
I do?
indeed you see over his shoulder there is a door here, and there is a door over here. Let me move my GM token in this room here, so the stream can see. So yeah, as I said, in this room there are tables. It looks like there's some kind of experiments going on in each. There's dead bodies strewn about. There's blood. There's what appears to be dark magic, as well as torches on the wall. And there is a door here and a door here, and they both look the same. They're both heavy
Okay.
iron doors.
We got 2 torches. That's plenty for an adventure.
Yeah. And these algae rots, like I said, they kind of, as you enter, they're on the defense. They have their claws and their teeth bared, but they kind of back up. They back away. Almost protective of what they're doing on these tables, on these desks. But they kind of see your numbers. They see Hostan and Drackle, who are both formidable looking guys, and then peek around the corner. but they do not
I
attack.
say we all get in and bar the door. There's only 2 in here.
Can't argue with that. I'm gonna get in.
Okay, you make your way in the room. These creatures back up even more against their experiments. I'm guessing Katla and Poltroon, are you on your way?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys make your way in. You close the door. Hostan immediately goes back and locks it with his key.
Wait, Beltran. Okay, there we go.
So now you guys are in this chamber where all these what looks like experiments are going on.
Was the morale check for the guy we fought in the hallway or for the guys in here?
That was for the guy in the hallway.
Okay.
I forgot. I don't even need to roll for these guys because they have no morale. I was like, why is it always standing firm? And then I looked at the sheet and I was like, oh. Because it will never back down, basically. I believe so.
Let me know.
Yeah, no morale. They will fight to the death and beyond.
Hold out my flail and just be like, ah.
All right, so you do that, and they just kind of like, they're backing up, protective of their whatever their garbage is all over these tables. You see some scales, you see some little mortar and pestles, some powder, body parts, all kinds of manner of thing that, you're not very familiar with, Drackle. But it looks just like garbage that, some magic user might use.
I think it's kind of funny, so I'm just going to take a step forward and just be like, like, with the flail. Be like, all right, that's enough. Can I, like, with the flail out, kind of reach behind me for the door and just kind of feel if this door is locked or not?
Yeah, so you try to open it, and it is indeed locked. And then Hostan immediately hears the click and sees what you're doing, and he rushes over. He's a hum-diddy-dum. Click. It opens. What do you think, Drackle? We go in?
Or at least go check it out.
All right.
We locked this door, right?
I don't know if you locked it. Did you? Oh, yeah, you said you barred it. So I'll just say it's locked, yeah.
You said Hostan locked it.
Yeah, okay. So, Drackle, you see Hostan, he almost freezes in his tracks. He actually does freeze in his tracks. And he's standing in a very small chamber. And from here, there's a single torch illuminating it. And then here and here are barred doors, cages, prison cells. And he kind of falls back against the wall, sort of like frozen in fear. And he starts muttering something under his breath. You can't really understand it. He starts drooling. Tears start to well in his eyes. And he kind of just crouches in the corner over here. And is talking to himself, half weeping. But from here, Drackle, you do see through these prison doors, and it looks like there is some blood. There's beds of hay in the back, and there's people just. There's one guy here, and then you see a couple guys in the next cell over. They're just emaciated, malnourished, and they kind of recoil as you enter, backing against the walls.
Hostan, what's your fucking problem?
He just kind of shakes his head, and he's like looking at his hands and weeping and muttering and slapping his face. He seems to be having some kind of PTSD issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack him too.
Okay, you smack him, and he kind of cowers. He rolls. He curls up into a ball smaller than his form you'd think would allow in the corner. But Drackle and Erm,
Aye.
as you guys get closer into this room, you see that as some of these prisoners are backing away, some of the torchlight spills in there, and you can see that some of them are missing body parts. One's missing an arm, one's missing a foot, actually all the way up to its shin, mid-shin. Some is missing, you can see some musculature, missing flesh. And they seem to be almost as mad as Hostan is right now. But that's all you see. There's no other door in here, just these two that lead to these two cells.
I'm gonna glance from like the wounded people to him and just be like, "Have you never seen a flesh wound?"
Are you saying
Yes.
that to Hostan?
Yeah. Is
Oh.
just a foot there missing? This isn't a problem. What's your problem?
So I'm going to roll him. I'm going to see if he is managing to... Actually, I'll do a toughness. Okay, he's still ignoring you, muttering, sometimes weeping, covering his eyes.
I know he didn't roll for morale, but I have a power called Unnatural Charm, which can add or subtract a d6 to morale checks. Could I possibly use that and try to get him like to snap out of it?
Yeah, I'd let you do that. So he rolled a 4 though, so even if you rolled a 6, that would only get you to 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will save that then.
Yeah, I would save it. And I'll essentially, you know, whenever you guys try to get him out of his stupor, I'll give him a roll.
Can we pull him out of the room?
You can try. I mean, you're not even in the room.
Yeah. I can. That's a good suggestion from the Highness. So I can just kind of like, on take an arm. I'll take an arm.
All right, you guys grab him, and he resists a moment, but then relents, and he brings his hands together though at the wrists, almost like he's being shackled. And you guys easily drag him out with his head down. And are you just taking him back into this room out here?
Yeah.
So you guys take him out. He flops onto the ground, and he seems to be coming back to normal. He's catching his breath. He looks up at you guys as if he has no clue what happened at all. So
I think maybe Hostin did a dime.
Maybe we don't go back in that room.
I'm
What
sorry.
would you
It's
suggest,
just,
Your Majesty?
seeing those cells brings me back to a dark place. I didn't know I was still so weak. So you guys know that Hostan in your travels, he spent some time in Galgenbeck prison being tortured, and yeah, he's a little unstable, especially when he sees something that reminds him of that place, apparently.
There is another door.
Yeah, so when you guys come in here, this other algae rot scurries across the room and backs up against this table here, after grabbing some of the items on this table that it was standing beneath or behind, in front of. Yeah, and there is another door to the south here.
I have my crossbow like drawn and kind of like aimed at this one in front of me, and I'm just gonna like walk cautiously to the other door with Pultroon behind me if I can.
Okay, sure. He follows you. Your crossbow is drawn. You approach this heavy iron door. What would you like to do?
Can I listen? Or have
Yeah.
Pultroon listen?
Man, you won't even listen for this poor guy. So yeah,
well, I
you
have my crossbow on these guys.
that's
I don't
fair.
want to turn my back.
All right, Poltroon, he puts his dainty ear up to the door. He closes his eyes. Then he comes back to you and he whispers in your ear, I don't hear anything, milady. It's quiet like. Very quiet.
He doesn't hear anything. Shall we open it?
Is it locked?
Shake the door, Ultron. See if it's locked.
He goes to open it, and he indeed pushes it open a little bit, and then he pulls it back timidly. It is not locked. Unlocked.
It's unlocked.
Do they have any reaction to us going towards the door or like opening it?
No, they seem to be very preoccupied with guarding the ingredients and the utensils, the tools that are on these tables. But that's it. Yeah, they don't really do anything else. They're kind of hissing at you every time you look at them, but none are attacking.
Well, shall we go through?
Lead the way.
Okay, so Poltroon is there. Hostan, he finally gets his courage back to a degree, and he takes up the rear.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I can't see anymore. I just can't see anymore. So Katla's going in there? Or are you pushing Poltroon
I'm
through?
pushing Poltroon through.
This poor guy. All right, so you push him through. You find yourself in a. He's got the torch, right?
I honestly don't know. Does he have a torch?
I know Drackle took a torch, right?
Yep, I know I have a torch, and I don't have a shield anymore, so I can carry it.
I forgot to tell you guys, but you can, if you right-click on your token, there is a torch button now. You guys should be able to use it, and that should initiate light.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just make sure. Again, you guys need a torch.
Well, there's torches in this room, right?
Yeah, you can grab them if you want, but just let me know because then I need to put them out.
Okay, I'm gonna say Poltroon grabbed a torch
Okay.
if he didn't already have one.
So I will have. I don't remember if he had one or not. I know he had.
He had one pre-death.
Okay, I'll just say he has that one then. If he had one pre-death, yeah, you basically have all of your stuff. So.
Okay.
Oh, McGlintlock wants to bless Poltroon. How would that work? I don't know how that would work. He doesn't attack.
Is that it? No,
So-
but you can give it to Jess like we do with Brian.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
And I can
McGlintlock.
use it to protect Poltroon.
How's it going?
He
by the
has
way,
us as
McGlintlock?
company. He's already blessed.
Hashtag blessed. So yeah, McGlintlock, if you wanna bless, that would go to Jess. Bless the Jess, and she can use it.
I will use it to protect Poltroon, I promise.
Okay. All right. So as I said, you come into a small chamber with another torch at the end, and this chamber is completely empty, with the exception of the dust and the muck in the corners of the room. But there is another door here, another iron door.
Okay. I'll shout to the others that there's another door. If they're not right behind me.
You turn and you see peeking around the corner and then entering the space.
I'll kind of hang out in the room with my flail out until Hostin kind of goes through.
Okay, you kind of give him the nod, I guess, right? Like, go on. All right,
Like,
he goes in.
Is this door lockable?
Yeah, it's lockable.
I guess.
You see a keyhole, you want him to lock it?
Yeah.
All right. Good idea. All right, so he locks the door. So yeah, you guys are in the small chamber. Again, there's a single door at the southeastern wall. But other than that, other than the single torch burning at the end, that's all there is in here. Oh, we got a bless. Thank you, McGlinlock. So that will go to Kala. So I will update your bless. So make sure before you guys open doors, please, please, please let me know what you're doing.
Okay, I just assume if they're locked, it won't open.
Yeah. Well, just let me know. You know, you're gonna try to do something, and then I'll say, go for it.
Hey, I'm gonna try to open the door.
All right. So the door is unlocked. The door is unlocked. There is some weak torchlight coming from the northern end of the hallway. But as you kind of, I guess, are you peeking in or are you holding back?
I kind of did like a.
Okay.
See what happened.
So you're just nothing happens. The door creaks open wide. You hear it hit against the stone on the inside of this room, and you see, like I said, a trickle of torchlight coming down with the and then also yours bleeding into the room.
Well, you opened the door?
It's opened.
Yes.
So my part is done. Whoever wants to go in can go in. After you, Your Majesty.
So
All
let
right,
me guess.
Poltroon,
Poltroon's going
let's
through?
go.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be right behind him.
He enters the room with his torch. Oh, I need to get my GM token so the chat can see. And you see another descending stairwell.
Do we hear anything? Or not hear anything?
You listen very intently. And you do hear something. It's deep and heavy breathing coming from down the staircase. But it sounds like something very large. Does not sound like a human or even one of these algae rots. It's this rattling, deep, steady breathing.
Come, listen.
So yeah, you guys, if you guys listen, I guess none of you guys are in here, but if you decide to come
I'll
in here,
gesture to them.
you guys hear the same sound. It's just emanating from this stairwell. It's very deep, but it's steady, almost like the sounds of sleep. What'd you say?
Is it how deep? Call back to last night.
So deep.
Not in that way.
So deep.
The stream.
It's like a
The stream
what?
thing. Let's continue.
All right. So again, you guys hear this this deep, heavy breathing.
Is there any light coming from the descending staircase? Like there might be a illuminated room down
No,
there?
you don't see any light. It just leads to darkness, as far as you can tell.
Well, Poltroon does have the torch.
Does.
All right. So what I'm gonna have you do then, Katla, is I need you to roll me a presence check. I'll give you. I'll make it 10 because you are his mistress. So go ahead and roll me a presence check, and we'll see what you get. Because he seems to be very frightened, standing at the precipice of this this stairwell. And he just shakes his head. He just kind of freezes up, similarly to Houston did.
Does he poop his pants?
Lady, no. Oh, that's a good idea. Should he poop his pants? Roll me a D2.
Flip a coin.
And if it's a number 2, he goes number 2.
Yeah.
And if it's a number 1, he goes number 1.
Fair.
We should always have the Poltroon pee his pants, poop his pants roll.
Ultron pee pee poo poo roll.
Oh, he drops a
Boo.
load in his pants. And you see his little leggings sag down in the butt a little bit. Or no, he's wearing those big baggy pants, right?
So it just comes through.
Yeah.
It's on the ground.
It just, yeah, he shakes it out of his pant leg. And he kind of is, he's afraid. He's frightened by that even. And he presses himself up against the wall.
Well, that's good. We don't have to get him new pants, at least.
Yeah.
Ah, snake.
So as you guys are standing here smelling fresh shit and hearing the guttural breathing from the stairwell, what would you like to do?
Not much else to do, hosting. Pultron's too much of a coward. You're not right.
Right, I am not a coward.
Lead the
So
way.
he disappears down the stairwell.
I'll follow with my shield drawn.
Okay.
I guess Pultrin and I will follow. I'll have my crossbow drawn.
So you guys head in there. Oh wait. And who has the torch? You, Poltroon has one.
I have a torch.
You have a torch.
So they just walk in like in darkness.
There we go. Now it moved.
Can you drag Pultrin in?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I lost him when I came in.
That's right. Yeah, one sec. Let me go grab his token really quick. Where is he? He's here. Did he appear? No. There he goes.
There he is.
All right, so you guys head down this winding staircase.
We're
And the
back.
breathing becomes louder and louder. It's almost rattling the walls or shaking the walls. But you do see up here, it appears to be the end of this wall on the right side of this passageway. Meaning it appears as if over here will give you some more visibility. But these walls along here are completely unadorned. Just stone, like every single chamber you've seen so far.
Oh.
Remember, your token is where your token is.
I know.
So if you
What I
guys
do.
move, okay, so Drackle, as you move up into that area, you see this massive creature curled up on what appears to be blue cloth. There's all these silks and various types of cloth, but they're all very blue. And this is a massive lizard-sized, basilisk-sized creature curled up here. And it's breathing very deeply as if it's sleeping. You guys have never seen anything like this before. You've heard rumors of the two basilisks. And from the way people have described them, the way legends have described them, this seems like something that might fit that description.
Does it have one head or two?
You only saw one head from where you are.
Yeah, because I clicked them in. Woohoo!
Well, can we sneak past?
I mean, I'm not the sneakiest fellow. I'm a bit clumsy and illiterate. Not that the second one matters. Right now.
And my job's to make noise.
Great
And
quality.
unless this thing doesn't have a nose, I think Pultron might give us away a bit. What about you? You all this?
I think Houston stands a chance. Why don't you go ahead?
Of course I do. I'm very quiet. And he kind of stomps over to this edge here. He doesn't have a torch, though. Mind if I borrow your light? I can't be stepping around in the dark.
All right.
So you hand him your torch?
Sure.
Okay, so you hand him the torch, and I'm going to roll him an agility check as he tries to sneak. Oh man, look at that roll. So Drackle and Erm, I guess you're the closest one here. He kind of keeps to the back and then freezes when he sees this great beast coiled or curled up here, and you can see him visibly gulp, but he keeps moving around. And then when he gets to this stairwell that he illuminates with his torch, he just rushes down it and disappears. And this beast does not seem to stir at all.
I guess I'm gonna try to attempt to just take the same path he did.
Okay. They all look the same to you. I mean, it's a very plain stone floor, but if you want to try to walk the way he went, go for it.
Yeah, I mean just like against the wall, hugging
Sure.
the wall, essentially.
Give me an agility check as you creep around this the perimeter of this chamber.
Oh god.
You have an omen, though, right?
I have an omen that I'm gonna use.
You want to use the omen? Okay.
Yes, please.
You may
I swear,
reroll.
this is a 3.
Ah!
9 is like 19, right?
So you make your way around the edge of this room, and you step on something. You feel it under your boot heel. It's like a little stone that was maybe wedged in the crack of one of these tiles, and it just shoots over across. Hang on, where's my GM view? It shoots over across the room and lands on one of these cloths here, and the creature stirs a little. He has one of those, like, you know, when dogs kind of just have one of those big exhales, one of those things. And its
Erm and
head
Poltroon
starts
have
to
more in
move.
common now.
What was that?
Erm and Poltroon have a lot in common now. I'm just gonna say.
So it moves its head, and you see slits of eyes open up, and they look right at you, Erm. But it doesn't seem to do anything more. But it's looking right at you. And it kind of sniffs. You see its nostrils flare.
I'm gonna slowly sidestep towards the stairs.
Okay.
Does it react?
Yeah, its eyes are tracking you. And they're glowing faintly.
Were they glowing before?
Yeah, when it opened his
Okay.
eyes. Yeah, there's like a faint light there. And you make it to the stairwell. And like I said, its eyes are tracking you, but it does not do anything else.
Just staring at it. I'm just gonna slowly walk backwards down the stairs.
Okay. So up next is Katla and Drackle. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go because I'm not gonna be last. So,
Okay. Drackle, you traverse the room. Its eyes watch you the entire way, but it does not do anything.
So fucked.
All right, Katla, you're up. You're
Oh.
sneaking across? Okay.
Yeah. With Putrescence.
So you and Pultroon make it across. I'll not have him. You rolled pretty well. You rolled an 18, so I'll say that is
Enough to.
But again, yeah, it's enough to get him over there safely. But again, the eyes track you. It lets out a deep sigh, but does nothing else.
Okay.
So you
I
guys
did
make
again.
it to.
I left without Putrescence.
You left without Pultroon again?
I need to drag Putrescence in first.
I'll get him. Hang on. Where is he?
You
There
probably
he
also just like
is.
drag both of you at the same time. Like if you highlight both, you'll move both.
Yeah, you guys should be able
Sure.
to, drag him. Okay, so you guys make it down into yet another chamber. Why can't I see my GM token on this screen here so everybody in the chat can
I
see?
see it.
No, I know you can, but I'm trying to get the chat window here. Oh, there we go. There we are. All right. So you guys, you enter another circular chamber. However, these are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And when you look ahead, just at the edge of the torchlight, you see that these stone walls kind of blend into more rocky surfaces. And just at the edge up here, you see a staircase that is cut out of the stone, leading up to a platform you guys cannot quite see over. But you
Here's
don't hear anything.
Where's the platform? It's just darkness after like here.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have your torch, that's why. So if somebody with a torch moves up, it should reveal itself. There you go. Yeah.
Still can't see that much, but it's okay.
Just keep moving up, you'll see it. It's right here. So like I said, all of these stone walls just break away to this rock. It's almost like a cliffside, a very natural formation. This does not look man-made whatsoever. And these stairs lead up to, as I said, a platform above.
Oi, Austin.
Yes.
Are you coming?
Of course, I'm coming. We're gonna find a king. We're gonna be rich. So he follows you guys up, and again, this leads to another platform. And then right here is again another rise in the stone. You guys keep making your way, and you guys, just as Hostan rounds this corner, he kind of steps back. His breath is caught in his throat. And Drackle, you feel the same way. You feel just this profound coldness come over your body. And you see something you've never really seen before. You see what you think are stars. You can't recall a clear night ever, but you've heard rumors and legends that there are these lights that glow in the black sky when the dying world. You could actually see past the canopy of black clouds. But also you see more steps leading up to an altar here, and there is a platform reaching out into that void, and there is just this strange emanation. Let me zoom out here. Coming from this void. And you feel pressure. All of you feel this just intense coldness.
I do not think that I am a smart enough man to understand what the fuck this is.
Nor I.
I've
Hosting
never seen
manages.
anything like it.
Yeah, you guys have never seen anything like this. It is a huge mind fuck. Like I said, there's these swirling colors, almost like ink and water, and just emanating
Oi.
from this void.
Aren't we in a tower?
Thought so.
I mean, I could kind of grasp that we was going down, but going up makes no fucking sense. But I mean, I can just ignore it. But how is this in a fucking tower?
On that note, I think we should take a break as these four wretched people are peering into the abyss itself. So we will be right back in about 10 minutes. So hold tight for more Mörk. Everybody, we are back for more Mörk, Putrescence Regnant. The players have been ascending, descending this tower. They don't quite know. But they finally made it to a chamber that expanded far wider than the circular nature of the previous ones. It's led them through what appear to be natural rock formations, and they've ascended 2 staircases, which have led them to this just vast abyss of a view. They've never seen anything quite like it. There's a strange light emanating from it. There are stars just everywhere. It's like they're looking up at the sky. However, most, if not all of them, have never seen a sky so clear, because the dying world is plagued with black clouds ever present. But they are standing at the precipice of this thing, whatever it may be. And there is an altar up here with some items on it, and then a platform that leads directly into the abyss. And they're very cold. They feel a heavy pressure on every inch of their body. They're just kind of standing there in awe at the moment. So, what would you guys like to do as you're standing here, peering into this abyss?
What much we can do? I'm
Draco.
gonna go.
You're gonna walk up to this altar?
Use your sling and throw a rock at it.
Oh, that's a good idea. And I assume there's just like a rock laying around.
Yeah, there's plenty of little stones and stuff for sure.
Sure.
Okay,
And
so
I
you
just take out my.
Okay, so you hurl the stone into the abyss, and when it passes about this area, it just gets sucked away. It looks like it almost vanishes. It moves so quickly. But you don't hear anything, and you don't see anything beyond that.
Well, we did not die, but I don't know what we learned from that. So I'll look back to this altar now.
Okay, so you look at that altar, and you find a few things. There's a small plate there. There's some bones, but there's also what it looks like a small telescope or a periscope. lying there. And it's etched
No
with
idea.
all kinds of symbols. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know what one is. It's a Ryan knows what a periscope is, but Drackle doesn't.
Yeah.
So you can
I
do with that what you will.
found a tube. It's got symbols on it. I don't know if it's letters. I don't know me letters.
I've never seen anything like this either. Maybe the royalty?
So why don't you roll me a presence check
Okay.
as you gaze upon this thing? Okay.
I've never seen anything like
You've never seen anything like it. You think you almost have something, and your mind goes as blank as this abyss that you are standing on the precipice of. So Hostan, he joins you, but he ventures actually a little closer to the edge. He's almost drawn toward it, and you see his feet begin to slide on the ground as if he's being pulled forward. Whoa, what? Drackle, quick, grab me.
Yeah, I'll run up and just try to rip him back.
Okay, so you guys, you guys both grab him, but once you get here, you feel yourself being pulled. However, you're able to pull yourselves back, but you feel like this just force, this pressure, just pushing you and pulling you toward this void. But yeah, you managed to pull him back out of the way, and you guys are just sort of clinging to this altar, I guess, for support. What's Katla doing?
I mean, Putrescence up there. I guess I would go up there.
So yeah, you see Drackle and Drackle, are you still holding the periscope in your hands, or did you put it down when you went to go get Hostan?
I'll probably drop that when I
Okay.
get Hostan.
So yeah, Katla, you see this altar. There was some bones on it. There's this like a pewter plate with nothing on it, and then there's a periscope. And you indeed have seen one of these, Katla.
Periscope.
Yeah, in some of the cities you visited, on the you've seen some sailors use these to peer out off into the sea. So you do know it is a device you can look through.
Should we look through it? If Draco's not looking through it, maybe I'll grab it from him. He lets me.
Oh yeah, I put it down when I went to go grab Hostan. So
Yeah, I'll grab it, and I'll try to look out into the void.
Okay, you grab it and you look out into the void, and you see a sphere, and it's rocky, and it just seems to be, again, floating into this abyss. It's a very small object into this periscope telescope, and you see what looks like just ants crawling all over this thing. You look closer, and it appears again that these things are not as small as ants in reality, but that this you wager that this sphere is quite large. And you look even closer, and you study the surface of this sphere, and you see these pits in the ground opening up and consuming these creatures that are walking about. They're black and gangly, and they're just hard to even describe their form. It almost as if they're shifting, and again, they're so small. But then you look even closer. You keep your eye on this sphere where these creatures are continually devoured by it. And you see this white brilliance at the center. And you see pillars rising. You see light reflecting on the pillars as if they're mirrored. And you think you see, but you can't quite be certain, someone on the opposite end of this chamber where these pillars are that are reflecting light in the mirrors. And it's almost as if you feel your eye being sucked into the glass. At that last moment when you get that glimpse of all of this detail, you pull the periscope or the telescope away from your eye. And it kind of burns slightly. But you have your vision, and it's almost as if there's like an after image of what you saw on your retina, kind of dancing in the void among this emanating light. What's up, Drow? So do you want to relay all this information to Drackle and and Hostan, or are you going to keep it to yourself? Okay.
Definitely.
So yeah, she tells you guys all of this stuff. So you see, or you envision it to the best of your ability.
I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck that's supposed to mean. What are we doing? I don't know if there's any other way to go. I don't want to go that way.
I'm not sure if I want to go back up to our scaly friend up there either.
Ultroon?
His teeth are just chattering.
We feel like there was another way? Did we miss a door or something?
Not that you saw. But yeah, you guys are standing here again. It's very, very cold. And you almost feel like the clothes lift from your body being drawn toward this this platform that's leading off into the abyss. Why doesn't everybody roll me a presence check, please? Standard difficulty.
I don't think I've ever rolled as bad as this adventure.
So that's that's everybody, right? Oh no, Drackle, Catla needs to roll.
You gotta roll Hostan, right?
Okay, I gotta roll Hostan, so let's roll Hostan's presence here. It's +0. Okay. Jeez, man, I'm rolling great as Hostan. Okay, so Drackle and you feel just utterly compelled to walk forward onto this platform. It feels like the best idea you've ever had.
Don't know about the rest of you, but I feel utterly compelled.
The closer you get, the better you feel. You feel like a warmth in your chest. The cold starts to just completely vanish from that is emanating from this void. So again, Hostan's like, "Wait, what?" And he rushes forward. And he grabs onto you, Drackle, to try to stop you. But you keep pushing forward, and the force of this void seems to pull him forward. So Katla, you see this, and what would you like to do as these 2 out of 3 men rush forward? The third one trying to hold them back, but doesn't seem to be able to whatsoever.
I'll rush forward and say, "Wait, what are you doing?"
So you do that too, and you start to feel yourself pulled forward into this abyss until you guys can control yourselves no more, And just move your token forward and forward and forward into it.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. So those of you who have arrived,
Can you drag me in?
what happened?
I dragged Pulcher in and lost Gala.
Oh, yeah, I'll drag you in.
I tried to highlight both, but it only dragged one.
And I gotta get host down in here too. Wait, what happened? Erm went back out?
It kept putting me back out. I think if
Oh
you get too close to me.
yeah. I have this thing built to where it like you guys can actually go. I wasn't sure. I was like, mate, what shit? What if they want to go back up or back down? So I made these portals where you guys can like, travel. So anyway, you guys find yourselves just nearly blinded. It is the brightest white light. You drop your torches on the ground. They snuff out, but again, they do not need to be used whatsoever here. There's almost this again, it's kind of like this ghostly spectral light that you saw from. It reminds you of seeing the tower in the distance in the swamp, and there indeed are these pillars here, and you see them just reflecting this blinding light in every direction. But you're still kind of compelled to look into them. And then right to the side, right in front of you, are these two hooded statues. They're holding out these plates as if an offering, but these plates are empty. At the very end of this chamber, there is a man sitting on a throne. He looks very bored. He's just kind of resting his head on his fist. And he's looking at you.
Hello?
You're just gonna call that out into the room?
Don't see why not.
Okay. More have come. I am so very bored. What is it I can do for you? And the man you see at the end of this room looks like, let me find his artwork here. This guy. So he's finally dressed. He has these he's wearing plate armor. Very old, long beard. Withered though. And he's just kind of, like I said, slouching in this throne, looking very unamused.
Do any of us know what the person we're looking for looks like?
No, they just gave you a name. Said it was a king. You've never heard of that name. You were just told to keep it quiet, because that name could be very dangerous. And as you guys are standing here, you hear movement. You hear the shuffle of feet. And before you see anything emerge, you see twisted reflections in these pillars. Looks like decaying flesh, bodies that are just kind of writhing in pain. And then eventually you see what appears to be one of these figures cross over. Paying you no mind, just crossing the room, disappearing behind one of those other pillars. But like I said, you guys hear this constant shuffling. This room is very quiet with the exception of the feet and, the echoing voice of this man at the other side of the room when he did speak. But these figures, like I said, they look similar to the ones you saw in the feast room. rotting flesh hanging from their skeletons. But their garb looks a little finer. It looks as if maybe, and Katla particularly notices this, they are clothed in what people might wear at court. But their outfits are soiled with blood and rot and filth as they kind of lumber around this chamber. And this man, he just kind of continues to stare at you, saying nothing more.
Arm's gonna whisper to the rest of the group. Do you think this might be the king? He seems dressed real fancy.
He does indeed look quite fancy. Like a fancy fellow.
I could see him being a king.
Yeah, Katla, he is dressed like royalty. Though it's not, again, it's very disheveled. It's kind of tattered, falling apart. There's as you look closer, you see just symbols drawn on his tabard, things like that.
Wait,
And he's very unkempt.
what was the name of the king we was looking for?
King Lorter was the name. That is who you were looking for.
King Loiter.
Lorter.
Sir, are you King Loiter?
I haven't heard that name in some time. I suppose it belonged to me once.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Why does it interest you?
I mean, I honestly don't remember, but we've been looking for you.
I wonder who looks for me now. It's been so long.
Hey, who sent us to look for him?
He was an unnamed noble in Galgenbeck. Or no, sorry, Schelsvig. That's where he was.
Yeah, some guy in Schelsvig's looking for you. Sent us.
Of course they're looking for me there. Fools.
Yeah, fools.
And look what they sent me. More tools for my experiments. It's been quite some time since I've had ingredients north of the bog. Why don't you step forward, give me your lives, and, well, I'll make it as painless as possible.
I mean,
Your eyes are actually fuck.
I feel like, and I don't mean to step on your toes, I feel like I speak for all of us when I say I would prefer not to do that.
So, why are you seeking me then? If not to offer your body to my experiments.
I think we're supposed to bring you back.
Bring me back. Why should I ever go back? Fatmu rules there. I have no place.
We did see a giant statue of Fat Man.
That doesn't surprise me. You always liked the way he looked.
Arm's gonna whisper to the group. Were we supposed to bring him back dead or alive?
You were told to bring him back dead. You were told to bring him back with proof of his death. So whatever that may be, that is what you that is what was requested of you.
When I turn around, is there anything behind us, like a abyssal void or anything?
No, it's strange. It's just the end of a hallway. And it's very white, just like everything else. Did they tell you why they wanted me back? For political reasons, I'm sure. I'm supposed to be dead after all. Not wallowing in the south. But I like it here. But I may be persuaded to leave. Maybe. If you do me a favor. You four look up to the task. And he kind of chuckles. What say you? Would you like to hear my offer? And then I will come with you willingly out of the swamp to whatever city you wish.
That's like a deal.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, as these his court of zombies shuffle around, he stands up and he moves to the edge of his dais. There is something in this swamp that I have yet to procure. There is a demon who lies dead to the south of here, named Clota. All I wish is for you to take its black heart from its corpse. Take it to the west. There is an isle made of flesh, and you throw it down the gullet of that isle, and I will come with you wherever you wish. And then he turns, and he kind of hobbles back to his throne, and painfully sits down. I'll give you a moment. And so you guys are standing there in silence, with the exception again of his courtly zombies just shuffling back and forth. Their twisted reflections, or twisted images, reflecting back at you on these mirrored pillars.
How can we trust that you'll come with us?
What other option do you have? You don't even know if you can get out of here, do you?
Erm's gonna look behind him and just kind of shake his head.
I created this place. It is mine and alone. I twist the walls. I close the doors. So, I will let you go free, but I will only consider coming with you if you bring me, or if you take the heart of the demon to this Isle of Flesh.
I mean, do we do it on the way?
Are you asking him? Or are you
Yeah.
talking amongst? Oh, yeah. He basically told you that the demon's corpse lies to the south of here in the swamp somewhere, and then the Isle of Flesh is to the west in the swamp. It's the western part of the swamp. You've
So,
never
on
heard
my-
of Clota. You've never heard of the Isle of Flesh at all.
Is he gonna come with us now, or do we have to come back?
I will know when you have done the deed, and I will find you. I'm a king after all. All we have is honor. Am I right? And he looks at you, Katla. Ask her, she knows. All kings are to be trusted. From what court did they throw you from? You look like you've seen better days.
To be fair, so do you.
Well, my palace is far grander than any across the dying world. Even Anthelia.
So what
And we
happens
could also
when we throw the heart?
Then you will be visited by my messenger, my oracle. And as he says this, a figure appears. It comes out of this mirror in a flash of light. And you guys see this. It's going to be kind of blurry because it was a tiny image. You see this cloaked figure with just like a face of tendrils and light emanating from the center. Very skeletal fingers. The tatters of a robe are dripping down around it. But it's all bright white, as bright as this room. And it just has this presence. And you guys almost like take a step back. You can feel the energy emanating from it, much like the void that you guys walked into. My messenger will find you, will bring me to you. Or you can turn around, leave me, and never come back. You made quite a ruckus in my tower, but I will forgive it. The algae rots are back doing their work. They are satisfied. They should not bother you again if you choose to leave now. Otherwise, if you wish me to come with you, you can do this task, or, and he kind of pulls down his gorget, you can take my head yourselves, because that is what I know you seek. I can see it in your minds. And then this apparition vanishes.
All right, just one moment, please.
Hold, please.
I'm gonna like begin like kind of huddle in.
Okay.
What say you? What's the plan?
Well, if he really controls everything here, there's no guarantee that the messenger will show up or that we could even get back here. On the other hand, This seems pretty dangerous. But either way, I will play the song of our victory or the song of our downfall. And Erm's just gonna have his drum in his hand. Not in like a offensive position or anything, but he just carries it.
Okay.
Oh, Stan, what says you?
Ugh. I never trust a king. They put me in the pits, tortured me. But I do like coin.
What
Don't-
was the reward we were promised?
It was just like riches beyond your wildest dreams. Basically, this noble took you into a small chamber, and it was like, you know, essentially like a dragon's den, full of silver and riches, and they were promised to be yours if you return this king back.
Okay.
And you guys were just so taken aback by all that you agreed to go on this journey.
Doing.
So as you guys do this, he kind of he fishes a book out from beside his throne and starts leafing through it. Takes out a pipe, lights it, starts smoking.
Kill him?
I don't much care for the swamps, and I don't particularly want to go further in. Draco? What would you want to do?
Kill him, but listen, I will admit I have not made the best decisions on this journey. But if we want to,
Go ahead.
if we want to fight, I'm down to fight.
Well, I'm down to fight.
Already died once.
Murder and time. Don't you just real quiet like pull out that crossbow and we'll like surprise him.
Maybe I can distract him. Your Majesty, I would like to offer you a song that I have specially prepared for our meeting.
So he kind of, it takes him a moment to look up as if he was really engaged in whatever he was reading. Finally, he looks up. Ah, someone even older than me. I do love a good tune of music. What have you got?
I thank you so much for this opportunity, man. This is my life's dream. And Erm's gonna put the drum on the ground, and with his club, as hard as he can, 2 hands, he's just gonna smash it. And I really hope I roll an 11.
Okay, so as you do this, as you walk up here, you do see in these mirrors your reflection, but your reflection is twisted and rotting as well. But you can tell it's you. not one of these zombie court members that are shuffling about. So anyway, you wish to so he kind of sits up, he puts his elbows on his knees and steeples his fingers, and roll your drum.
Drum solo time.
So again, remind everybody what are the rolls that you got to get for this drum, and what are the effects here?
So, with my spinal husk, I roll 2d6. So a 6+. Everyone except me tests agility against DR14 or falls prone.
Okay.
If I get an 11, I choose D4 creatures that can hear my drumming. Their spines break like twigs. I can't use that drum again today. If I roll and if I roll a 12, my ears won't stop ringing, and I am deaf for the next 24 hours.
Okay. Do you get to choose the D4 creatures?
It says choose D4 creatures that
Okay.
can hear you. So I
Okay.
think so.
Okay. So let's roll this 2d6 and see what happens.
What's gonna happen? You?
8+. So that is everyone saves what? Agility or presence? What was it? Presence?
Agility.
Agility. Okay.
14. Yeah.
Oh man, agility 14. Okay. So I'm gonna roll publicly here for the king. Let's see what happens. I mean, he's in a chair, but okay.
It's not
So
out.
the
He's an old
train,
man.
you bang on this drum, and his eyes widen, and he just collapses onto this dais right here. So I'll make him prone. And these shuffling zombies, let's see what they do. I'm gonna make it higher for them because they're not very agile. I'll make it like a 16. Okay, so this one, you guys have to do it too, right?
Yeah,
Everybody?
they do as well.
I guess we can roll the enemies first if you want. Okay, so this one actually stays upright. This guy, he's down. Final one. Down. Okay. So, yeah, this thunderous drumming echoes throughout this chamber. The king is on the ground on his dais. 3 of these undead creatures are fallen. There's one that begins to shuffle forward. So all of you guys, please roll me agility checks and see what happens. DR14. So Draco's on the ground, prone. Okay, Katla is up though. You resist the drumming.
Do I roll for Putrescence?
Yeah, why don't you roll for Putrescence? Okay.
Yes. We hope it's
Dang,
not
so you
bad.
guys are both standing, and that doesn't affect you, right, You're
No.
unaffected by this? Okay, so again, 3 of the 4 of these undead court members are on the ground, just kind of writhing. The other one's lumbering toward Erm is standing tall. Katla and Poltroon are standing tall. Draco. Oh, I got to roll for Hostin. I always forget about that guy. Agility. Okay. Okay, he falls to the ground. Prone. So this all happens, and you have a great view of this this guy. He's on his stomach, on this dais, and he kind of pushes himself up a little bit. You fools. And I'm going to put everybody into combat.
Is it too late to go to the swamp? Like,
Let me just select everybody here. Combat, okay.
Just gotta keep hitting that drum till you get an 11.
right?
I know.
Or 12.
All right. So can all of you guys roll? Why is this guy an agility? You guys all roll your initiative, please, or did you already do it?
It has my old initiative in there.
Oh shit! Hang on, let me do this again. Sorry guys, let me end the combat and do it again, because yeah, I guess I didn't end the combat the last round. So let me select everybody. Enter combat. Let's roll the d6 again. All right, the player characters begin this time. So I will roll everybody else. And we shall begin. So Drackle, you are up first. What would you like to do as you are thrown to the ground by this thunderous sound of a drum?
I get up.
Yeah, that'll be your turn, basically, if you want to get up.
Oh, just standing up uses my entire action?
I'll say you could probably stand up and like do an attack or move a little bit, but that'd be about it.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I feel like I could get a decent line of sight and pull out my hair sling.
Okay.
And
So you want to try
do
to
I
hit somebody?
Yeah, I want to try to hit. I want to try
And
to
you
hit,
guys get +2s for 2 rounds.
we have to bless before the roll, right?
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna bless an old Sigurd sling attack on the king there.
Okay.
DR12. Does he have armor?
Yeah, he's got armor. It's D4.
Okay, so I'm gonna move it to a 10 because of Pultron, right? The DR10.
Yeah.
Can I step
Okay.
aside?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that Drackle, you're probably going to have to move to the front of everybody to get a clean shot. So if you want to move to like right here, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and I'm blessing it too, so I'm gonna go ahead. Let's roll a bless first.
See what the bless is. Did you roll both? Oh, you did. So you got a
don't know
1.
how, I guess.
You got a 1 and you missed. And you have no omens.
No.
So let me take your bless off here.
Have we healed at all anytime since last time we fought something?
Have you guys taken any damage? Well, I know
I took
Catla has.
damage.
Catla's taken all the damage.
Death damage.
Okay, so you twirl your sling around, let loose a stone, and it just hits one of the mirrors, cracks it, and then falls to the ground.
That's me.
That's you. So up next is going to be... Let me kill the GM player here. It's Hostan. So Hostan actually rushes forward and tries to attack this fallen zombie here. So he's got target armor, attack DR. Oh yeah, he's got +2, so 10. Boom. Okay, but his flail just smacks into the ground. He misses as the zombie rolls out of the way. And he's gonna hold his ground. Katla, you are up next.
Who's taking damage?
Nobody. Oh wait, you've taken damage?
That's
Draco?
damage from the algae rods. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got 3. Yeah, you've taken 2 hit points.
Ooh. If I wanna like use a life elixir on somebody, That takes a turn, right?
Yeah, that would be your turn. That'd be like an equivalent of an action. So an attack, you could still move, but that would count as your action.
Huh. I'm gonna move over here and take out my crossbow and try to attack the king.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
What's the target armor?
D4. Okay. Dang, 5 damage. Okay, so your bolt just whistles across this chamber, screaming across it, and just as this guy's starting to get to his knees, it just embeds in his chest. And blood just starts gushing out of the wound in his plate.
And then I move back.
You're gonna move back? Okay.
Can I hand somebody a potion?
Yeah, I'd say that could be a free action.
Okay, I'll hand Drackle a life elixir.
Okay.
Thank
All right, you are up.
I think I'm gonna hit the drum again.
Oh shit. Okay.
Did the? I guess no, it wasn't their turn yet. So is he already back up?
He's on his knees, and then right when he's starting to climb to his feet, he's not all the way on his feet, but that's when Katla's bolt pierced his plate in his chest, and he's bleeding.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Hope for an 11.
9. So this is another check, right?
Yeah.
I guess if you're already prone, it doesn't matter.
No.
So this guy, I'll roll for this guy here, this one standing guy. And it's 14. Okay, so he is prone. So everybody else, please give me a roll. How many times a day? Can you use this drum as many times as you want?
Until I get an 11 or 12,
Wow.
essentially.
Okay. All right, so Drackle, you remain on your feet. Katla, however, does not, and as that's for Poltroon. So you guys both drop to the ground, prone. So let me make you guys prone. Okay, so are you doing anything else? Are you gonna move, or are you just standing there beating your drum?
I'm gonna move a little bit out of the way so I don't get hit in the back of the head.
Okay.
And I'll stop there.
Okay. So next, in a flash of light, the creature that you saw appear earlier reveals himself again. And he just, like, it's not on 2 feet. It's floating across the room, and it goes straight for you, So, let's see here. Oh shit, okay. So, what I need you to do is roll me a presence DR14.
I'm gonna bless it.
Okay. So this thing starts screeching out of its face. So you'll get a +3.
And you said presence?
Presence, yeah. Oh shit, okay. So it's gonna be D6 damage. Do you have any armor?
Yes. The shield is, I think, 1 armor?
It soaks 1 damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 2 points of damage as your head is just feels like it's about to explode. So what happens now? You are cursed. You are belligerent, and you always follow your first idea, no matter how bad, and it is permanent.
That's the drum every time.
Every time?
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. Whether or not that was going to be
It's an 11, baby.
Okay, so he's done. This zombie here climbs to its feet and manages to swing out at Hostan. So I need to, let's see here. D2. Okay. Oh, and he's got a +2 still. So let's defend. 10. D2. All right, so he dodges out of the way. The zombie finally gets to his feet, but misses terribly. This one here also gets to its feet. Starts to move toward you, Erm, but that's as far as it can go. The next one, same thing, gets to its feet. Starts moving a little bit. The next one, this guy here, which is next to the one that Hostan attacked, gets up. But holds its ground. So let me remove the prone. And then finally, King Lorder gets to his feet. And he takes a pouch off his belt. And he just puts it in his hand and just snorts it like a fucking handful of cocaine, basically.
Mörk blow, it's back.
Mörk blow! Okay. And the blood stops oozing from his chest slowly as he stands. All right, we are back to the top of the initiative order. Drackle, what would you like to do? You're on your feet, right? Yeah, you managed to dance to the drum beat.
At this range, I'm gonna try to do the same thing. I'm just gonna use the good old hair. I'm gonna bless it.
So what I'm gonna do, so
be.
you didn't have a bunch of stones, right? You just were like, whatever you found, you picked up. You didn't have like a bag of stones.
No, yeah, pretty much bag of stone situation.
Okay, so
I
what
do
I'm
have a
gonna do
toolbox,
is
though. I could just stick like something in there, nails, tongs, anything.
Yeah, I guess you could do,
or whatever.
You could try to do nails. Those are going to be probably like D2 damage, I would say, because I don't know really.
Yeah. No. Well,
Or
I got 10
you
of
could
them though, so
search.
if you let me do 10 D2 damage.
This room is it's pristine, but I will allow a presence check if you would like to search for some kind of stone somewhere or break. If you want to try to break a piece of stone off somewhere, that's an option. There's 2 statues behind you.
What would that take my action? And
That would
I be
take
able
your
to try to
action,
break it?
yeah. If you were to like smash it with a flail and try to get some rubble.
I mean,
You can also take your
that
pouch.
sucks. Oh, hey, yeah, I'm gonna take my potion. That's what I'm gonna do first.
All right, so go ahead and roll for that. What is it, Kala?
I think it's like one. Wait, details. Here we go. Let's go, details. Why isn't it showing anymore? It was like 1d6 it heals, and then like wounds. Stops wounds. God,
So
why
just
isn't it
one-
pulling up?
Just 1d6 then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you roll a 1d6? Okay, you get 4 back, so I guess you're full again. Yeah, you had 3, so you're back to full again.
Then that's my whole
That's
turn, right?
your,
It's just taking a
yeah,
potion?
you can move a little bit if you want, but that would be your action is, so if you're going to move back.
Yeah, I'll just be behind this statue.
Okay.
Just kind of tuck back and take the potion.
All right. Hostan is up and he hops to his feet from his prone position, shakes it off, swings out at this zombie here. D2. Okay. Man, and he just misses again. He's still reeling from the drum apparently, but he's staying put. Katla, you are up.
I guess I'll try to keep finishing the job, and I will,
Go for the king again.
yeah, with my crossbow, and I will bless it.
Okay. You got 2 blesses. Wait, you didn't bless it.
Well, not
guess
yet,
you
but I
hit-
still hit anyway.
Well, you got to bless first, remember?
No, oh, well, I said I blessed it, so you can still remove
Oh, no,
one,
yeah,
but
I
it
will.
doesn't matter.
Right, but yeah. Okay, yeah, your bolt again screams across this chamber, embeds in the other side of this guy's plate armor. How much damage? Dang, 4. Okay, he falls to his knees again. Oh wait, you were prone, so I'll have to unprone
I got up.
you. Let me unprone you. Okay. All right, you're up next as this this ghostly, this wraith-like figure is looming over you with a screaming, faceless face. What do you want to do?
Solo time, I guess. And
Drumming?
drumming.
Okay, what's 6? Or yeah, what's 6?
6+, so another agility check.
Oh man, okay.
Statistically, probably not going to get 11, but it's a possibility.
Okay, King falls down again. The bolt snaps off in his chest. Let's see, I'll roll. Let's see, I'll just do 4. 1, 2. Oh, wait. You guys can roll yours too. Fail. Fail. Oh, there's a success. Wow, 2 successes. Okay.
Dang, 20. Okay, so it's agility, right?
Yeah, agility.
Ooh.
You, Katla, drop to the
Oh.
ground.
Yeah, both me and
And
Ultra.
Putrescence. Well, he's not even.
Oh, yeah, he like sinks into the ground more.
Okay, up next is are you doing anything else?
No.
Okay. All right, then this figure lashes back at you again. So give me a defense check of Okay, it's standard.
What's the incoming attack?
It is a D6. Okay, so again, your head is just feels like it's about to burst open, and you take 3 damage.
So what happens when you get to 0?
Oh, 0! You get to roll on the table, so it is. You are broken. So roll me a D4, and we'll see what happens to old here.
Ooh. 4.
4. You're dead. So your head explodes in blood and light, and collapses to the ground.
Just how wanted to go.
Yep. All right,
drum
and
is still
then this guy attacks Hostan, this zombie right here. So I gotta do defense. Okay. This zombie claws into him, but he takes 0 damage because he's got armor on. The next one over here that has fallen prone stands up. stomps over Erm's body out into the open. Same thing for this one. Stands up. And this one attacks Hostan, so he's got to do a defend. I think this is the last round. Okay, he gets out of the way of the swipe attack, the claw attack of the zombie. And this king starts to crawl over to this mirror, but he doesn't get very far. All right, no more poltroon bonuses. Drackle, you are up. Everything is back to normal.
How far can I move towards the K?
I would say like midway, probably. Like up into this
that's best I
fray
can
of
do.
zombies. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll try to hit him again with the old slinger, and I don't think I have any blesses left.
What are you gonna try to search for a stone or something?
Oh fuck! I mean, there's nothing else I can fucking do.
Okay, roll me a.
Wait. He had the life elixir. Can I use the bottle? The empty little bottle?
Yeah, why not? It's gonna be like maybe 1 damage if it hits.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get close
I mean-
enough, there's chunks of Erm's head you could throw.
Yeah. So I'll say you still have the empty bottle if you would like to use that, but.
I mean, no, that's fine. And can I double move or anything and not do anything, or am I just that's as far as I go?
No, I'll say you can move. That's as far as you can move. Yeah, across sort of like a.
All right, and that's it. Because it's pointless to look for a rock that I can't throw, and I'll move to him next time. So
Yeah.
I'll just be running towards him.
Okay, so up next is Katla. You are on the ground. Would you like to stand?
Did Hostan go?
Yeah, he already went.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, he didn't.
I just
Sorry. Let me have him go. So he's going to attack. Oh yeah, I gotta switch it back to 12. He reaches forward with his flail and impacts this one right here, and it takes 4 damage. But it is still standing tall. Alright, Katla, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward and try to crossbow the king again. Can I do
So I'll say you probably can't quite move that far. You're gonna have to stand up. You could probably move here.
Okay.
And it's gonna be kind of a tough shot because this. Well, no, he's floating, so yeah, I'd say you have a clear shot of the king.
Just floating?
Yeah, this oracle, this ghostly thing is hovering.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's not walking around.
I think I'll bless it.
Bless it. You got 1 left.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh.
1 damage.
So again, your bolt just
Crash.
goes through this figure, right heading toward the king, and it pierces him right in the center of his skull, and he drops to the ground.
Was that enough?
He had 1 hit point left.
Oh shit.
So Drackle could have probably tried to use the bottle on him.
What of a bitch.
Katla gets the glory.
Okay. Erm's dead.
No.
So this auger, it just screams as it begins to dissipate. But I still need you to give me a defense check because you're right there, Drackle. So it's going to be a standard 12. The damage is D6.
Cool.
All right, but fortunately you take 0 damage. You stand strong, but you are also, let's see, give me a presence DR14 check.
Cool. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
You feel no different. You feel just like you're belligerent as always and following your first idea no matter how bad. So you're pretty much how you are.
So I'm cursed, but it's just me anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So this zombie lashes out at your back. The one standing right here. But again, you can see them start to droop, like almost falling to the ground, but it manages to get attacked. So give me a defense check. It's going to be D2 as it lunges forward with its mouth to bite. Yeah.
That's the attack is just the D2?
It's just a D2. It's a bite. Okay, you get out of the way. And the other one barely makes it to you, and give me another defense check. Same thing. Tries to bite out at you, ironically, because, you know, your sweet teeth. But you get out of the way. These things are withering. This one actually makes it over here, but just completely dissolves near Erm's body. And this one managed to get over. So give me one more defense check as it claws out at you.
This is because I make you roll perception instead of, or investigation instead of perception.
Well, you're the
time,
one
so
guy in the
that's-
middle of the room. Yeah. Oh shit.
Cool.
So, oh, you only take one damage,
damage.
but your armor is reduced 1 tier.
Cool.
All right, he's dead. Okay, we're at the top of the order. Drackle, what would you like to do? The king is
Who's
just
still up?
bleeding out. There's a
And
couple
then
of these zombies.
the auger thing, that thing exploded, right?
The auger thing, yeah, it's gone completely.
And you said these zombies are drooping?
They're starting to droop. Yeah, they're like falling to the ground. So if you'd like to attack them, I give you a bonus, or you can just fucking run, whatever you want to do.
I mean, my only problem with running is that, or hitting, is that if I'm gonna roll a 1 and die, because that's where my luck is. So yeah, I'm just gonna make my way over to this guy.
Okay, so you are at the body of the dead king.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's all you can do. So Hostan, he shoulders past these zombies, seeing that they're just basically almost fallen, and starts to rush toward you to aid you. Katla, you're up.
I guess I'll also move forward.
Okay.
Be in full trim.
All right, and finally, all of these zombies. I'll take you guys out of combat. They all just completely collapse. Oops.
Can Putrescence get like a kick in on one
Sure.
of these zombies? Like,
He goes, "Oh, thank you, milady. That felt so good." So yeah, you guys are in this this silent room now. You can hear the sound of blood dripping, but that's about it. Blood flowing. And so yeah, Drackle and Hostan are on the dais. Katla's in the center. You know, there's no more turn action, so feel free to do whatever you want.
Do we notice any change in the tower around us as this happens?
No, it's still intact. Nothing seems
So
to
the
be
best thing's gonna
changed yet.
happen is we kill this guy and then die here because we can't get out.
I don't know.
I'm gonna check his body. I'm gonna kick him. Does a key fall out?
No key falls out.
oh,
Does anything fall out?
He's got nothing on him. He's got, like I said, he's got some pouches around his belt, and one of those he used earlier. But that's about it. He has no. He's not armed
I'll
whatsoever.
take the pouches. I'll take the pouches.
Okay.
And then yeah, can I? I'm gonna take his head off.
Okay. What do you have to cut his head off?
But does anybody have anything good?
No one. You guys don't have any blades.
I'll bite it. I'll chew his fucking neck off.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
care at this point.
spend a long time. Or you guys want to
But
just
if
let...
I don't need to do that right now, is there any sharp blade in this entire party? Because fucking Erm had a club.
Yeah, you guys all had blunt
Kala?
weapons. It's crazy.
A bolt.
You guys all had blunt weapons. You had one fucking torch. You guys
You
were.
were so
You guys
prepared.
were
Oh wait a minute! I have a
prepared.
toolbox with a saw, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got the saw.
There we
Okay, so
go.
you saw the head
saw
off
his
of this
head off.
king. It is very satisfying. It comes off.
Yeah. And we have a pack or something like a or I'll just like take his shirt off too and wrap it up in it, tie it like a fucking like a what's the sack that vagabonds use on a stick?
Oh yeah, the hobo one where they like
What was
Yeah.
put
that?
it on, the,
Yeah.
put it on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie it up like lunch or a hobo sack.
So
and just have
as you're
this dripping head.
doing this, you feel the head moving, and you look at it. You part what little hair is on this thing, and its eyes roll in its head and look at you. It says, "I suppose you earned this." Ugh. And he dies. And you roll it up in this hobo sack. I guess sling it over your shoulder. And you guys are gone. You guys find yourselves at the bank of the town that that Drackle basically attacked.
And Erm is
So
there.
let me
Where's
switch.
Erm?
Let me switch.
Because he
the,
died before the king died, so he
yeah.
respawned, right?
So you guys are at Trarish again on the
And Erm
bank.
is there.
No, Erm's not there.
Just his body.
Wait,
you know,
what?
Smashed head.
He didn't respawn?
He did not respawn.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why did Katla respawn?
Katla and Pultru got a second lease of life, but
I mean, you guys basically destroyed the magic that was left that was doing all of that. So
but we
He
did
did
that.
die first.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, like I said, you find yourself at the bank. Night has fallen. There are no guards about. You are free to head back to Shelsvig and claim your prize. So that concludes Putrescence Regnant. I wish you guys would have gone. There were so many other cool locations, but you guys just happened to, by chance, beeline it to this tower, but that is how it goes. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Hope you guys had a good time. And there will be more Mörk coming down the road, but I think next we're going to switch over to Mörk in space. That'll be the next game I'm running, which is Vast Grim. So Mörk rules, but space horror, so it should be a good time. So thank you, McGlintlock, again for the Foundry module. Thank you, Heimat, for letting us use all of your amazing music. Thank you, Johan Nor and Pele Nilsson, for such a cool game and a cool adventure. So stick around. I guess we're going to raid somebody. Is there anybody to raid? I think ttrpgs is kind of dead right now.
Yeah, it's kind of dead right now. We'll see if we jump into a raid. I'll run the credits and then we'll hunt for someone.
Okay, so stick around for some credits to thank all of you people who sent blesses. And we will see you next time. Weekly scroll on Saturday, and then Wednesday is going to be Dark Kingdoms. Have a great night.